So we're here with Joshua Wycliffe from Fiji. He's the Permanent Secretary for Environment. He's come all the way from Fiji to Kazakhstan for this Eurasia workshop for BIOFIN. Mr. Wycliffe, thanks for joining us. Explain to us your involvement and your ministry's involvement in biodiversity finance in Fiji.
Thank you very much for having us here. I'm really happy and delighted to be here, to be attending this BIOFIN workshop. Fiji is a BIOFIN country, in fact the only country in the whole region, and we're very lucky and fortunate to be part of this group because biodiversity is close to our hearts, it's in our mind, and we are in the process of mainstreaming biodiversity. So it couldn't have come at a better time, and we're so glad to be here representing Fiji, and also not just learning and picking things out of this event, but also taking things back home and being able to put in the innovative models and also witness what's happening around the world elsewhere successfully, especially Thailand and Philippines and places like that. So very, very lucky to be here.
And what are some of the big issues in Fiji from a biodiversity financing perspective, and what are some of the solutions that are down the track, do you think, in terms of implementing it?
The gap between the financing needs and the capabilities and the existing issues on the ground is huge, and it's ever widening. I was just a moment ago mentioning about one species of several hundreds that are about to be extinct, that are fast going. One of them is the crested iguanas. We just left with 400 in the entire world, and it's concentrated in one island. And with such major issues in place, Fiji would have to look at options where we build our financial capabilities, and it's not all going to come overnight from one single source. It has to be planned. Like I said, it has to be mainstreamed. As a nation, we are considering several options, both public and private. In terms of public, we're mainstreaming it. Look, if we can have a gender-friendly, disability-friendly budget systems, we could also look at biodiversity, because biodiversity today should not be seen as something that loss of biodiversity shouldn't be seen as extinction alone, but go beyond and see how it threatens life itself, how it threatens not just life but also food security, health, prosperity of a nation, of a people. So those are the issues in Fiji, and the only way we would do is, as public sector, work together with the private partners. We are eagerly looking at public-private partnerships around the region. In Fiji is one of the more developed island countries, nations there. So a lot of international investment interests come into Fiji. So we're making sure that everything that goes into Fiji as investments are mindful. When I say mindful broadly, I also mean that it is mainstreamed, the issue is mainstreamed, and it's levied, and funds are raised, and bonds are raised. For example, bonds are raised, and so not just the money aspect, but then reinvesting the money that we make into doable projects that will save and reduce and make sure that loss of biodiversity declines.
The tourism industry is an important one for Fiji. It surely plays an important role in raising finances, but also conserving directly biodiversity in the country.
Sure. Fiji is a nation of 300 plus islands, and a lot of resorts and a lot of tourist interests come into the country. I deal with at least one major application every fortnight at least. With that comes the demand for biodiversity issues, like for instance our wetland systems. We have mangroves, we have corals. So ensuring that these are protected is very important. And so what we do is we will make sure that the tourism interest that goes into the country goes along with the awareness. Just as much as we market tourism, we'll also market biodiversity alongside. And for that, BIOFIN has been a major support. We have one of BIOFIN's coordinator based out of Department of Environment. He's a great asset that the department has. So the department works closely with him, Joely, and he has been a major support in providing input, providing knowledge, information, and also a lot of accountability in how we do. And he's been a great bridge between the UN BIOFIN project and us. So we look forward to this partnership doing greater things in the coming months and years.
Thanks very much, and thanks for all your support and hard work back in Fiji for
Thanks a lot.
better managing and conserving biodiversity.
Thank you very much for having me here. Thank you. Thank you.